Hi, thanks for coming to my channel. This is Midnight Moon Tarot and I'm Diana. This reading is for the astrological sign of Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, or anywhere in your birth chart that Pisces might appear. Also, if you're new to my channel, I'd like to take just a second and invite you to subscribe and click that little bell so that you're sure to be notified whenever I upload new content. Also, in the description box below, you'll find links to my social media, my Patreon, my PayPal, and links to some really cool things on Amazon I think you guys will like. Okay, so this reading is for mid-April 2020, keeping in mind that all tarot readings are timeless. So whether you come across this reading right after I upload, a week, month, or even a year from now, if you feel drawn to watch it, most likely you'll find a message for you within this reading. And if it doesn't completely resonate with you, keep in mind that this is a generalized reading, so it may not resonate with everyone. Just keep the parts that do and disregard the rest. If you're a cross watcher, feel free to reverse the roles, etc. Don't force it, but you know, if it doesn't fit, consider your other placements in your birth chart, like I mentioned at the beginning of my video: Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter. And if you know your other planetary placements, then you can listen to your other signs to receive additional messages as well. Okay, I think I totally mispronounced that word, but you know what I mean. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and calibrate these cards to the astrological sign of Pisces and ask our angels, guides, and ancestors for any love messages for Pisces for mid-April 2020. Spirit, what love messages do you have for Pisces for mid-April 2020? Spirit, what love messages do you have for Pisces for mid-April 2020? Just dropped everything. Okay. Spirit, what love messages do you have for Pisces for mid-April 2020? Okay, guys, now, if you see critters flying around, I'm social distancing. We are in a little camper out in the swamp just outside New Orleans right now, doing our part social distancing. I hope that you guys are as well. And so my door is open so that I get better light. And, you know, there's a lot of bugs in the swamp and they're coming in. You want to say hi. All right. I'm going to shuffle a couple more times here, okay? Just to do that. I've done a lot of readings today. Just want to, you know, make sure all the energy is clear. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to divide these cards into 3 stacks, okay? 1, 2, 3. All right, the card on the bottom of the deck, and you'll see it as soon as I do, is the 7 of Cups. I don't read reversals, okay? You know, when they first started doing tarot hundreds of years ago, they didn't do reversals. That's something more modern that people have started doing. And I guess it's all fine if you want to do it, but I choose not to. Okay, so for those of you who are new here, I do 4 columns. I put 2 cards in each column, and I do this 3 times for a grand total of 24 cards. By the time we get to the end of the reading with 24 cards being pulled, we generally have a pretty good story. Now, sometimes I'll go ahead and draw an extra card or 2 for clarifiers if it's leaving us like a cliffhanger. All right. All right, so for the first column representing you, what you may have recently gone through, things that you're currently experiencing, and, you know, any people, places, things, situations that are coming towards you. All right. Now, the second column is the same thing, only it's for your twin flame, your soulmate, your divine counterpart, a current person that you may be really thinking about, that you might have just met. This could be an ex that you still feel that really strong bond with, but basically it's whoever you are thinking of first of all in the morning when you wake up, and the last person you're thinking about when you go to sleep at night. All right, the third column has to do with obstacles, challenges, fears, anxieties, that type thing. And the last column is outcome. All right. Okay. So, Pisces, for you, we have the Two of Pentacles as well as Justice. All right. Now, Justice can be tough. All right. Now, sometimes, and I don't really know yet because we're not really into this reading very far, but Justice can have to do with the legal justice system. It can also be with, making those fair decisions. Number twos are always about making decisions, even though this particular situation with this Two of Pentacles, sometimes it means you're taking on more than you can handle. You may appear as if you are egocentric and only focusing on what is important to you, while your partner in the back, okay, maybe feeling super emotional at this period of time, to the fact that they feel like you don't even notice what it is they're feeling or going through. But you have, like I said, you have a lot of things on your mind that you're dealing with. So it's not exactly that you don't care. It's just that you're distracted. You're distracted from what's going on with your thoughts and what may be going on in other parts of your life that make your partner seem to think that you don't even pay attention to what they are experiencing. So this is the time that they are going to speak up to you and, pursue that very voraciously. The Nine of Pentacles talks about really being focused. They have this bird in their hand. They're focused on you. They're focused on that love situation. They want this growth and stability and fertility in their life. Fertility not necessarily being pregnancy, but fruitfulness as far as the relationship goes. And this is something, I'm getting a tiny little bit of even stalker type energy from this. Like, you may have tried to make the decision about whether you're staying or going, or other things going on in your life, or whatever it is you're doing, and this person really pursues you. This is someone who has that feeling that, this is what they want. They're super focused on you. They really want you in their life. Now, your obstacles and challenges, again, you have twos, more decisions, more of that equilibrium, more of that balance, that give and take, reconciliations, things like that. And you have the Empress. If you're a female, you may be concerned that you have an unplanned pregnancy. If you are wanting a pregnancy, then this might actually be sometime that you find out that you are. You have this idea about, you want this growth and this forward movement. You want things to be fruitful. You need a partner in your life that gives you that give and take, that balance, that reciprocity that you feel when you are in a balanced and healthy relationship. The outcome is Seven of Swords as well as Five of Pentacles. Now, this doesn't really look like such a great situation. This may be the deal breaker. This may be what it is that makes you decide that you want to maybe leave the relationship. Seven of Swords talks about somebody who is sneaky. They're a liar. They're a manipulator. They do things behind your back. They think that you won't find out. This could be you doing these type of things. This could be your partner doing these type of things, or this could be both of you, where you are doing things on the side and they're doing things on the side. But on either way, it's making you as well as your partner feel like you're on the outside of the relationship, looking in, wanting to have that feeling of equal give and take. And if you're both stepping outside of the relationship, then you really do have that equal give and take. It's not something that's clearly good for the relationship, but it's whatever, it is what it is, like they say. You're just going to have to make that decision, like that Two of Swords and the Judgment, and decide that you really have to make this decision about what it is that you want to do. If you're going to stay in this relationship, if this is something that makes you happy. When you have the Seven of Cups in this particular situation, the Seven of Cups means that, you have other options. Okay, so you're looking at these other options. You don't know exactly what it is you want to do. You're thinking about moving forward. You're thinking about growth. Do I stay with this person? Do I do this? What kind of growth have you had with this person, say in the last couple months, the last 6 months, last year, so to speak? And if you've had constant growth, or are you stagnant and you're staying in the same place? If you're staying in the same place, then that's pretty much your answer, that you need to move on and pursue these other options in your life, because nobody wants to be stuck. Spiritually, physically, mentally, nobody wants to be stuck. And it's when you have the Empress and you're thinking about, growth and forward movement, you can't have that if you're stuck. Okay. So, consider the fact that if you are stepping outside the relationship and your partner is, what in the world are you doing together? Okay. All right. So in your column, the second set of 4, we have the 7 of Wands as well as the 4 of Swords. Your partner has the 6 of Cups and the 5 of Wands. Your obstacles and challenges, the Devil and the Wheel of Fortune. All right, and in the outcome, we have Knight of Swords and the 10 of Swords. Okay, so it kind of looks like this situation. I see where you're going. Okay. So the 4 of Swords talks about taking that time out and doing that healing and deciding exactly what it is you want to do as you move forward. Leaving the past behind, leaving from hurts from the past, moving forward, no longer feeling defensive, putting, you don't want to be in a situation where you're with someone where you have to defend your every single move with them. Okay, there could be, I'm picking up a little bit of controlling energy, and when you are not able to move freely about as you choose to do, even if you're not the one stepping outside the relationship, it still makes you feel as if, the other person is, more controlling than they need to be. And you have to explain, you know, why are you putting your makeup on just to go to the store? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? You don't have to answer those type of questions in a loving and healthy relationship. You freely give those answers before, there's just always open discussion. All right. There shouldn't be secrets in a relationship. And your partner has this 6 of Cups. Okay, so they're trying to view this relationship as if you guys are actually soulmates, when in all actuality, soulmates are not constantly at battle. Like one minute, you think that everything's fine and sweet, but they're always on the defensive. They're always making you feel on the defensive. They're always looking for something. It's always pettiness. Okay. Now, in the obstacles and challenges, we have the Devil as well as the Wheel of Fortune. Now, obstacles and challenges, when you have this Devil here, this speaks volumes. And this Devil talks about vices. It talks about codependent relationships. It talks about alcoholism or drugs. Even if you're not into those things, then it could be, codependent relationships, that pettiness, being emotionally stuck with someone when we are constantly having these disagreements with people, and then we are being passionate with them at the same time. Then you have that dopamine reward system going on, where you end up putting up with a lot of stuff that you shouldn't put up with, just so that you have the good parts of that person. All right, you need that equilibrium, you need that balance in your life. So once you make the decision of what it is you want to do, your luck's going to turn. Okay, it's going to turn for the better. So whenever this Wheel of Fortune is here, it's always going to be better. Okay. All right, so in your outcome, we have the Knight of Swords as well as the 10 of Swords. So the 10 of Swords talks about endings. It talks about that final betrayal. It talks about that hurt that you just couldn't imagine that this person would do this type thing to you. And it's totally, you hear about backstabbers. Well, times 10. And when you finally make that decision that you've had enough of this sneaking and this lying and these mind trickery and games that this person is playing with you, yeah, you decide to move on. There's been a lot of situations where you can find yourself in that aren't always healthy. No matter if you love that person or not, if it's not healthy, it's just not healthy, and it's not best for you. And Pisces, you're a you're actually like the most sensitive and the most emotional sign of all of the zodiac. And you have to take time to like nurture yourself and take care of yourself and have that self-love, and so that you can respect yourself. You have to make these boundaries. You know, you may want to be with this person, but you sometimes have to say things like, basically like the Seven of Cups the Seven of Wands that you just had. I'm not trying to control you. You can do whatever you want to do, but if you want to be with me, these things can't happen. And this is you like pushing it back. These are your boundaries. You've made your boundaries. It's like, you know, if you step outside of what I expect from this relationship, I can't be in a relationship with you. All right, so we have the Eight of Swords for you, as well as the Eight of Cups. Your partner has the Three of Swords and the Knight of Cups. Your obstacles and challenges are the Hermit as well as the Sun, and your outcome is the Four of Cups and a King of Wands. Okay, so you could be having some new love come in. I'm going to go ahead and pull two random cards out of the deck. So, okay, oh, drop that one. Okay, so Nine of Cups. All right, and I'm going to pull one more, and it is the Five of Cups. All right, so let's go ahead and sit these down for just a minute, and I'm going to go over here and pick these ones up and talk about them for a minute. Now, eights. Okay, you got two eights here. All right. Now, this eight talks about being held captive by your fears, afraid to move forward. You know, maybe out of loneliness, you may stay with this person because, you know, you don't know what's out there once you do leave. Or, and I'm never, ever, ever encouraging people to leave a situation unless it is abusive. Okay. It's never good. All right. But everybody deserves to be happy and be respected. You need to have self-respect and to be able to do that. But when you stay in a situation because you're afraid to move forward, that's not good. Okay. You've got to overcome your fears. You've got to know that there is better and move away from the situation you're in so that you can pursue the rest of your life and be happy, okay? Rather than stay someplace where you're there from, you know, these fears that you have of being on your own. Now, your partner has this Three of Cups, and they have the Knight of Cups and the Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords talks about these third-party situations. It talks about betrayals. It talks about heartbreak. It talks about a great deal of pain. And this person has maybe caused you more than your share. Maybe they've done or said things, or maybe there have been, like I was talking about earlier, stepping outside of the relationship. When they see that you are moving away, of course, this is when they try to re-enter and, you know, offer you all this love, or, you know, some people call it love bombing, future faking, saying whatever it is to lure you back into the relationship so that you don't leave. I think it's a case of maybe both partners being afraid to move forward. You might have gotten comfortable with this person. This relationship could and probably does have the potential to make something positive out of it, but the two of you have to get past this competition that you're having with each other. So you have the Hermit as well as the Sun. So after taking the time that you need to think things over and make your decision about exactly what it is you want to do, you find that, you know, you are actually looking forward to growth. It's springtime. It's, you know, the whole world is starting over. We're finally, we're going to make our way through this global pandemic that we're starting, and you're going to be able to start fresh like never before. Okay, there's going to be opportunities and growth, and my partner's pulling up if you guys hear a vehicle, right? So anyway, so we have the Sun And like I said, it talks about this new growth and these new opportunities, and you want to grasp them, and you want to go out there. We've all been confined in our homes, social distancing, and that type thing for a while, and you're ready to get out there and start that new life. Now, in your final outcome, we have the Four of Cups and we have the King of Wands. Okay, so the Four of Cups talks about, okay, so you're in this situation, possibly with another water sign. When you have double water in a water sign, I suppose there are times that it could work, but a lot of times both people are so, sorry, I didn't mean to spit, so sensitive and so emotional, and they feel things so deeply that it's hard because, like I said, you two are always in competition for who's right or who's wrong, or who feels worse, or who's been hurt the most, or who's been betrayed the most. And that no matter what, no matter if you have home or money or health or whatever, it doesn't matter what the universe is offering you. You've had enough. You're just bored. You're not really even interested anymore. It's like, what, why am I even here? And then we have the King of Wands, fire that's entering your life. And this person is passionate and loving and attentive and hardworking. This could be male or female. There's no gender in the tarot. And you just have to, see this person for what they are and think, okay, this, things are changing. Okay, we had the Wheel of Fortune earlier for you. Things are changing. You have new opportunities coming towards you. This fire sign, very passionate, very dynamic person. And you're going to feel the loss of the relationship that you're in. You're going to mourn over it for a while. But you know what? You never know what's in these three cups here. They could be toxic. It could be poison. It's best that you didn't even partake of them. But, these two cups behind him are the reminder that you do have more love always waiting for you. You put that love out there, you receive love back. Give love, get love. And when you do, then you will find yourself ready. This is not complete. This is not 10 of Cups. This is not. But you are learning to respect yourself and to find fulfillment within yourself, and to be able to have that to offer a new person when they do come into your life, so that you can have a healthy and compatible relationship. Okay, Pisces, that's your reading for mid-April 2020, and I hope you guys enjoyed that. And I just want to tell you guys, thank you so much. I dropped a card. Thank you so much for all of your comments, shares, likes, subscribes, and to those of you who have so very generously donated to my channel during this very, very hard time. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. And it helps me to be able to be here and continue making these videos for you, and to grow our family and our little community here on YouTube. All right, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye. I love you.